Hello, my name is Jordan, and I will be your social worker today. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Jordan too.
It's very nice to meet you, Jordan. I plan for us to meet in between 20 and 30 minutes today just so I can, get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
I would like you to know that anything that we discuss in today's session will be completely confidential unless it causes harm to you or yourself or someone else. Does this make sense?
Okay, yes.
Okay. What originally brings you in today?
My mom is worried about me because I'm sad a lot and I don't really go out that much.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, today we will be working together just to try to understand what has been troubling you. This means I would like for you to talk freely with me, but also I will be asking a lot of questions just to clarify as precisely as possible what you've been experiencing. Does this sound okay with you?
Okay.
Okay, then we will begin. Uh, when did this when did you start feeling sad and
Probably like eighth grade. I used to have a group of friends and then we always were in conflict, so I felt pretty by myself. And I think I had like some fears and sadness since then.
Okay, so you said that happened when you were in the eighth grade. How old are you currently?
I'm 22.
Okay.
So probably like, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago or something.
Okay, so is this like a consistent sad, like all the time, ever since 8 years?
Um, Kind of, not really. There's times when it's not like that, when I'm really busy and I can't really have time to think about it.
Okay. Have you ever sought out treatment for this before?
Yeah, I went to a therapist once, but I don't really like her.
Okay. Have you ever been hospitalized?
Yeah, when it first started, then in my sophomore year of high school, I went to a psychiatric hospital after taking a bunch of pills, and but that's kind of when it turned around a little because there were some very sick people in there, and I realized that maybe what I was feeling wasn't so bad.
hmm Well, just your feelings are always valid. Um, I'm sorry that you had to go through this traumatic event. How long were you there?
I was there probably 5 days.
5 days. Okay. And did you only go once, or was there another
It was just that one time.
that one time? When was the last time that you felt emotionally well?
Probably last year. I felt like I was really successful in my life and I had a lot of friends, so I wasn't really feeling as bad.
Okay. Um, how have your thoughts and behaviors affected your everyday life?
A lot of the time I'm just sad, so I just stay home or try to avoid going out or doing anything with people when they ask, or I'll just tell them that I'm busy even if I'm not, and or just try to avoid being social by making my schedule super busy.
Okay. Do you or have you ever taken any medication for this?
After I got out of the hospital, I took Zoloft, but for depression, but I didn't like it because I feel like it made me nauseous and I would always wake up in the night feeling really nauseous. So I stopped taking it.
Okay. How long did you take this medication?
Probably like 6 months.
6 months. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to ask you a few questions about safety. Um, do you think about hurting yourself, or have you ever thought about hurting yourself? Which you said that you took some pills, and have you had any other instances?
No, it was pretty bad at that point, but I'd say it's improved a little bit since then, and I haven't really thought about anything like that since then.
Okay. When you took the pills, did you take them to relieve pain, or were you trying to attempt suicide?
Um, I think it was more of like a cry for help than anything else because I went and told like someone I trusted basically right after I did it. So they told my mom and that's when I went to the hospital and they like pumped my stomach. So I knew I wasn't gonna die, but I think it was just like a cry for help at that time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's still such a scary situation, and I'm sorry that you went through that. Do you often have times when you become so upset that you make or even act upon verbal or physical threats to hurt other people or animals or property?
Not animals, but I definitely think that sometimes my sadness translates to anger and I'll get really angry and threaten to break stuff. So like property, I guess. But um yeah.
Okay. Have you ever tried to deceive other people or stolen anything?
When I was in high school, probably like after I was hospitalized and stuff and stopped taking my meds, I went through a period with my friends when I would steal a lot and it kind of felt like we would steal anything if it wasn't if I didn't have to pay for it. Like if there was an opportunity, then we would.
Okay. So y'all did this for fun.
I would say for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
It didn't feel like I was like compelled to do it or that I had to. Um, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you some questions regarding the systems such as mood and psychosis, anxiety, obsessions and compulsions, trauma, dissociation, somatic concerns, eating, feeding, and sleeping, and substances and other addictions, personality, and lastly, elimination. Um, so you said that you have been feeling sad. Um, how would you categorize your sadness on a scale from 1 to 10?
I would say right now it's about a 5.
Okay. Um, have you lost interest in things that you once enjoyed doing?
Not really.
Okay. Have there been times lasting at least a few days where you felt the opposite of depressed, when you were very cheerful or happy and this felt different from your normal self?
Not recently, no.
Okay. Um, have you seen visions or other things that other people didn't see?
No.
Okay. Have you heard any noises or sounds or voices that others didn't hear?
No.
Okay. Do you ever feel like people are following you or trying to hurt you in some type of way?
No.
Okay. Have you ever felt that you had special powers, like such as reading people's minds or?
No.
No. Okay. Um, during the past several months, have you frequently been worried about a number of things in your life?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Um, is it hard for you to control or stop worrying?
Um, Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. All right. Are there specific objects, places, or social situations that make you feel like really anxious or like emotional?
Not really, no.
Okay. A panic attack, which is like a sudden rush of intense fear that comes on out of the blue for like no reason, or situations in which you didn't like expect it to occur. Have you experienced anything like this or like a panic attack?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you frequently experience unwanted images or thoughts or urges?
No.
Okay. Are there any physical acts you feel like you have to do in order to avoid or reduce the stress associated with um, your worries or your thoughts or urges?
I mean, I guess that's why I try to avoid certain situations or hanging out sometimes.
Yeah. Um, so, what is the worst thing that has ever happened to you, in your opinion?
Um, I think that probably the worst thing was after um that hospitalization stuff, I started going out a lot and I made friends with this group of people and we would like do drugs sometimes and I ended up dating this guy who was in jail and I was probably like 16 at the time. And when he got out of jail, I went to meet him. And the first time that I slept with him, I got pregnant. And when I told him, he said that he would never raise a kid with me because I was a crazy bee. And so I basically just ended up like spiraling with drugs to alleviate that situation so I wouldn't have to tell anybody.
I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that. Um, what did you do about the pregnancy?
Well, I also got addicted to Xanax, and I one day woke up on the floor next to some dude that I didn't know, and I was naked. And my friend was telling me to come on, that we had to leave. And that was like 3 weeks from the time that I got the positive test. And after that, I took a test and it was negative. So I don't really remember anything of that 3 weeks. But so yeah, that's what I did.
That took a lot of courage to talk about and to say. And I just want to say that I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Um, have you ever experienced or witnessed an event in which you thought that you were in danger or you could be injured, which I know it was scary to wake up, with the drug use and everything about that. But did you ever feel like your life was like in danger?
Um, I don't know. Like that dude kept coming around me for a while, like a while after that. Then he started coming around again. And when I would talk to him, he would like hit on me sometimes, like hit me sometimes, but I I didn't think I was like gonna die.
Okay. Um, I'm going to ask a very personal question, and if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to answer. Um, were you sexually abused by these um, men that you've been talking about, or emotionally abused? I know you said that he would hit you.
Um, Not by him, but by other people.
Okay. All right. Um, if you don't mind me asking, what other people and what kind of abuse?
Um,
And you don't have to answer. Once again, if you don't want to answer.
yeah, I don't want to answer.
Okay, that's totally fine. We're gonna go on to the next question. What is everyone has trouble remembering things sometimes, but do you ever lose time or forget important details about yourself, or find evidence that you took part in events that you can't recall?
I'm gonna go with yeah, but I can't tell if it's because of like being sad or just because of like all that other stuff that I went through before.
Okay. Do you ever feel like people or places that are familiar to you are unreal, or that you are so detached from your body that it's like you're standing outside of your body or watching yourself?
No.
Okay. Do you worry about your physical health more than most people?
No.
Okay. Do you get sick more often than most people?
I actually haven't been sick in like 4 years.
That's great. You're lucky. Um, what do you think of your appearance?
Um, I think it's fine.
Okay. Do you ever restrict or avoid particular food so much that it negatively affects your health or your weight?
No, I usually eat chocolate every day.
Okay. Do you have any trouble sleeping?
No, I try to stay so busy that by the time the day ends, I'm just,
Yeah, I get that. Do you often experience excessive sleepiness where you're tired all the time and you just want to sleep?
not really.
Okay. Do you frequently experience an irrepressible need to sleep or an experience sudden lapses into sleep?
No,
Okay. Have you or has a partner noticed any unusual behaviors while you sleep?
no,
Okay. Have you or has a partner noticed that you stop breathing or gasp for air while you're sleeping?
no.
Okay. How often do you drink alcohol?
From time to time.
Okay. On the average day when you have at least one drink, how many drinks do you end up having?
Probably like 20, a million. I'm not sure.
Have you had any problems as a result of drinking?
Um, well, sometimes I'll do things that I don't remember doing, and then people will be mad at me. But half the time, I don't really know that I do it until like way later. So it's like kind of late for a sorry.
Okay. When you stop drinking, do you go through withdrawal?
No, I get hungover sometimes, but
Okay. Earlier in the session, you said that you've experimented with drugs and taken prescription drugs like Xanax. Um, are you currently taking any of these or
no.
using? Uh, when so you're not using them, so you don't go through any types of withdrawal. Um, do you bet or wager or gamble in a way that could interfere your life?
I've never gambled before.
Okay. Um, when anyone reflects on their life, they can identify patterns, characteristic thoughts, moods, and actions that began when they were young and since occurred in many personal and social situations. Thinking about your own life, can you identify patterns like that which have caused you significant problems with your friends or family at work or in other settings?
I guess the only thing I can think of is that when I'm like expecting something from someone and they like don't meet my expectation, like whether it's in a relationship or a friendship or like work or anything, I just feel like this sense of hyper independence that if I don't get it on my own, then no one's going to get it for me. So, like, it's kind of like a one and done, where if people like don't do what I need them to do, then I just like cut them off and like get bitter and hold grudges and like get it on my own, but like be angry about it and like alone, I guess.
Okay. So basically, you don't give people second chances.
I used to, but it didn't work out.
Okay. All right. Have you repeatedly passed urine or feces onto your clothing, your bed, the floor, or in other inappropriate places?
No.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you some questions regarding your past medical history and allergies and your family history and developmental history and social history. Um, do you have any chronic medical problems?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had surgery?
Yes.
What type of surgery?
I got dental implants.
Oh, okay. Um, have you ever experienced a seizure or hit your head so hard that you lost consciousness?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so you said earlier that you were put on Zoloft and you don't take that anymore. Um, do you take any medications for medical illnesses
No.
other than that? Okay. Do you take any supplements or vitamins or over the counter or herbal medicines regularly?
No.
Okay. Are you allergic to any medications?
No.
Okay. Have any of your relatives ever had nervousness, a nervous breakdown, depression, mania, psychosis, or schizophrenia, problems resulting from excessive drinking or drug abuse, or had any suicide attempts?
My mom had postpartum depression.
Okay. Um, do you know if your mother had any difficulties during her pregnancy or delivery?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. What were you like as a child?
I'm pretty sure that I was a happy kid.
Okay. So you didn't have any problems during your early childhood?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. When did you reach puberty and how did you feel about that?
Um, I think I was 13 and I just felt like it was like the awkward stage.
Yeah, that's typical. That's very normal. Um, did you take did you have any behavioral or learning problems during your early childhood?
No.
When you started school, did you have trouble relating socially or keeping up academically with your classmates because of behavioral or learning problems?
No.
Okay. How far did you make it in school?
Um, Probably like 11 and a half grade.
Okay. Who lived in your home during your childhood?
Just my parents and me.
Okay. Was a religious faith part of your upbringing?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like that? Is that something you continue?
Um, I taught like Hebrew school when I was in high school for a little bit.
Okay. Currently, how are you supporting yourself?
I have a job. I work full time.
Okay. Um, what do you do?
I'm a therapist.
Great. Um, what's the longest period of time you've stayed at one job?
Probably like 3 years.
Okay, that's good. What jobs have you held in the last 5 years?
Um, so I'm a therapist now, and I was a server at a restaurant, and then I worked at a tanning salon, and um, I worked at a retail store also.
Okay, great. So it sounds like you've done a lot. Um, have different experiences and different backgrounds. That's great. Have you ever served in the military?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested or jailed or imprisoned?
I was detained probably like 19 times, but I was never actually arrested and taken down anywhere.
Okay. Um, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I don't really have spare time.
Okay. How do you spend your time alone? What do you do when you're alone?
I probably hang out with my dogs a lot
Okay.
and we just chill.
Yeah. What do you like about yourself?
Um, I'm definitely a go-getter and and I'm very like strong-willed. I'm not like easily manipulated or like told what to do.
Yeah. Those are some great characteristics to have. Um, what are your friends like about you that you would say?
Um, I guess they like me because I'm like easy for them to come to and talk about stuff, and a lot of time I know what to tell them.
That's great. That's great. Are you sexually active?
I used to be.
Okay. Are you or have you been married?
No,
Are you currently in a relationship?
no,
Okay. Do you have any children?
no.
Okay. For this last part of the interview, I'll be conducting a mental status exam with a few more questions. The first one is what problems you said that you're having sadness and things like that, but is there anything else that may be causing problems for you?
I don't think so.
Okay. What are your future plans?
Um, I don't know yet. I feel like I need to like work through this funk before I can like know what to do.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's obvious that people dealing with stress sometimes have difficulty concentrating or remembering. Have you had any problems of that sort on like on a daily basis?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I have asked you a lot of questions during our time together today. How has that been for you?
It's been okay.
Okay. Is there anything that we haven't covered that's really important in understanding you as a person?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add or anything you would like to ask me?
No, not today.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you came in today, and together we can work to improve your sadness and these feelings of being down. What I would like to do in our next session is to really talk about um, like dive into deeper as to why you are feeling sad and to discuss some coping mechanisms that may work for you and then try to implement them into your daily life. Does this sound okay with you?
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Great. Unfortunately, our time is up, but I look forward to seeing you again next time.
Okay.
Okay.